The UK payments landscape has been changing rapidly over the past few years. It wasn't so long ago that cash was one of the most frequently used forms of payment. The state of play now is very different, with numerous options, both digital and physical, open to consumers. As the range of payment types is changing rapidly, so too is the regulatory landscape and the underlying infrastructure that supports it. It's important for financial institutions to stay on top of these changes, both to ensure they are compliant with any legal obligations in this space, but also so that they don't miss out opportunities for innovation. To help navigate the evolving payments environment in the UK, we've looked ahead at the next 2 years to see what the most important upcoming changes will be. The UK payments industry is rolling out the new payments architecture, the proposed new way of organising interbank payments. The clearing and settlement of payments from one payment account to another is a good example of this. This will ensure payments run more smoothly and are able to meet the challenges of tomorrow by ensuring a more robust payment system. The NPA, New Payments Architecture, will replace today's payments architecture. In other words, BACS and faster payments. Clearing and settlement of payments will take place over a single, purpose-built central infrastructure rather than the separated infrastructure that is currently used. It will include a platform designed in such a way to make it easy for financial institutions to develop new payment systems for their customers. Throughout 2024 and in early 2025, there will be several testing deadlines that the new architecture will have to meet. Once the new payments architecture moves past these deadlines, it is then expected to go live between year-end 2024 and the start of 2025, with faster payments volumes beginning to migrate to the new payments architecture in early 2025. The regulatory deadline for the new payments architecture is projected to be July 2026. Firms will need to adapt to switching their faster payments volumes to the new architecture by this deadline. The Real-Time Gross Settlement, RTGS, service is the infrastructure that holds the accounts for banks, building societies, and other institutions. The balances in these accounts can be used to move money in real time between these account holders, delivering final and risk-free settlement. The Bank of England has been developing a programme of work to deliver a renewed RTGS service to keep up with the dramatic changes in payments technology and regulation over the past few years. Their vision is to develop a RTGS service which is future-proof, increases resilience in access, offers wider interoperability, improves user functionality, and strengthens end-to-end risk management of the UK's high-value payment system. The first stages of this project are already underway, with the next deadline the introduction of the new RTGS core ledger and settlement engine taking place in autumn 2024. Bank of England will change how it requires certain elements of data to be managed from the 1st of May 2025. From this date, CHAPS rules will require purpose codes and LEIs to be included in domestic CHAPS payments between financial institutions. By these dates, firms will need to meet the requirements of RTGS, core ledger and settlement engine, and comply with the enhanced data mandate. Most financial institutions are now familiar with what Confirmation of Payee, or COP, is. It's an account name checking service designed to help reduce misdirected payments and provide greater assurance that payments are being sent and collected from the intended account holder. It has become so prevalent that customers now expect to see it when making a payment. Since launching in 2020, over 100 organisations have already implemented COP, with more than 1.9 million checks being completed every day. However, there are still some upcoming deadlines to be aware of. The Payment System Regulator has mandated that almost 400 organisations adopt COP in 2024. In 2022, the regulator announced 2 groups of payment service providers, the first of which would need to have implemented COP before the end of October 2023. The second group, consisting of hundreds of other payment service providers, are to implement COP before the end of October 2024. To meet the regulator's expectations, firms need to ensure that they have implemented a COP solution covering all aspects of their inbound and outbound payment flows by this time. The liability model for authorized push payment, APP, fraud is changing so that the obligations of the sender and receiver of the payment are equalized and there is greater emphasis on prevention rather than cure. Payment Systems Regulator has confirmed that the new model for reimbursement of APP fraud will become mandatory in October 2024. APP fraud is a form of fraud where victims are tricked or manipulated into making payments to fraudsters. Under the regulator's APP fraud reimbursement model, firms will become liable for 50% of the fraud value when receiving a fraudulent payment. Firms need to consider how this change will affect their operating model and approach to managing financial crime, and ensure that fraud mitigation is at the very heart of their payments posture and strategy. We know the payments landscape is becoming increasingly complex to navigate. This is why our payments proposition is tailored to helping our clients navigate this space with ease. If you would like to discuss any of the topics in this video, please contact us.